Hi, my name is Ximo Rosell and I'm a robotics teacher in IES Bernat Guinovart, and welcome to this new video tutorial for the Erasmus Plus project Robintech. In these video tutorials we are going to be covering EPLAN 2025, and in this one in particular we will be watching how to change the plot frame and the title page. So far we have created this circuit in the previous tutorials, and by default we have this plot frame that we can see here. Okay, what we are gonna do is we are gonna customize a little bit our plot frame so it shows more information about us. Okay, so we're gonna click on File and we're gonna click on Settings. In here we are gonna go to Projects. We're gonna click on the project we are working it, which is, in my case, let me zoom in, the Robintech tutorial. And in here we are gonna go to Management and Pages. And in here we have the plot frame that we are using. Okay, EPLAN has several default plot frames, and in this case we have the FN1001. Okay, if we click here and we click in Browse, we can choose from different kind of plot frames. Okay, so if we choose, for example, number 2, and we click in Apply, when I close the windows, we can see the difference in the plot frame. Okay, as you can see, this one is smaller, has the EPLAN logo, and has less information than the other one. Okay, I prefer this one to the other one, but I would like to have here my own logo, not to have the EPLAN logo. Okay, so I'm gonna have to modify the EPLAN plot frame so it fits the one I like. Okay, so we're gonna click in Master Data, and here on the top part in the middle we have plot frame. Okay, we click in the small arrow, and what we are gonna do is we are going to copy, and we will choose the one we want to copy. In this case, since I want to modify an existing plot frame, I will make a copy so I don't modify the original one. Okay, so I'm gonna modify FN002. As you can see, I already had one here because I've been testing it, but I click on it, I click here in Open, and then I write the name. Okay, so this will be FN001 mine 2. Okay, because I already have one. Well, no, I can replace this one. Okay, mine, and I click in here, save. Yes, I want to replace it. Okay, now I have this window where we can see our plot frame. Okay, you might not see the plot frame like this, but if you go to click on View and choose Properties as Numbers, you will see how they change. Okay, what do we have here? In here, what we have is that these are like database fields. Okay, these are not plain text, so anything we have in these fields is linked to the information that we have entered to the project. Okay, so for example, here we will have the company name, the company address, and so on. On the other hand, here, check that when I click in Properties as Number, there are some parts of the plot frame that don't change. Okay, because they are just plain text. Okay, they are not linked to anything. Okay, so what we are gonna do is we are gonna modify this so it suits what we like. Okay, so this is what we are going to do. I want to replace this EPLAN logo for the Robintech project logo. So first I'm gonna click and I'm gonna delete it. Then I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger. Okay, so I'm gonna move all. So hold on. Now I'm gonna move all this to the left. Now I can extend this, and then I'm gonna click in Insert, Image File, and here I'm gonna choose our project logo, okay, which I have it here. Okay, here we always choose copy, and then I place the logo. Okay, here we just click in OK. Okay, and as you can see, I would like this to be a little bit bigger. I'm gonna see if I can do that. Sometimes when working with these kind of things, we will need to change our grid. Okay, so we will go here below. Instead of grid C, I'm gonna choose grid A, so I have more options. Okay, so I have find locating. Okay, and this one, it will fit better. And then when I'm done, I go back to grid C. Okay, next thing, then I'm going to, this is the job number field, which I don't know if you can see it. Okay, when I place the mouse on the field, I have the information about that. In this case, this is all related to the information that we have entered before. So for example, if I go to the project Robintech tutorial, I right click and I click in properties, all this information that we have entered here before, when I place the mouse on it, okay, we can see that there's a number. Okay, so project description is 111, job number is 113. So in this case, job number, okay, is the project type I'm using, which is this information that I don't really need to be in my plot frame. Okay, so I'm just gonna remove it. So this one, 113, I'm gonna remove it, and I'm gonna move this a little bit below. And here I have the project name, but I'd like to have a text like this one, so I'm going to copy and paste. I'm gonna paste it here. I'm gonna move this a little bit downwards. Again, I have to change the grid. Okay, this is like fine work. Okay, you have to be careful. And this will be instead of 1.5, I'll do 1.8, a little bit bigger, and the text will be project name. Okay, apply. Okay, and what else I'm gonna do? Okay, here I have the drawing number, which I don't really need, so I'm going to remove it. And here, which is the page description, I'm gonna place it more in the middle, and I'm gonna double clicking on it. I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger. Okay, I make this bigger too, and I think like that it should be fine. I can make this a little bit bigger too, and we're done with this. I think we should be alright. Okay, then when we are done with the modification, we just close this window, and it will tell us that we are going to update the database. Okay, and now what we want to do is to change the plot frame linked to the pages in our project. Okay, so again, we will click on File, we will click on Settings, and again we go to Projects, the project we are working it, Management, Pages, and here Standard Plot Frame, we will choose Browse, and we will choose our plot frame. Okay, we choose it, we apply, and when we go to our project, we can see that we have the information that we need. Okay, so we have the logo, the page name is bigger, and everything is the way we set it to be. Okay, so with this we change the plot frame. We could change the plot frame for just one page instead, but because now we've changed the plot frame of the whole project, which is what we usually want or need. But in some cases we will just need to change the plot frame of one page. So we would right click, properties, and here in plot frame, if the field is empty, okay, it will have the plot frame for the project, but if we click here, we can choose a different plot frame. Okay, I'm not gonna do that because I want the same plot frame for the whole project, so we are gonna leave it that way. Okay, in the title page we can do the same. Okay, in this case I would like to have the different kind of information and to have again the project logo and my school's logo. What do we have to change to modify the title page? Now it's a little bit different. We click on File, we click on Settings, and in this case we have to go to Report and Output Pages. And here we are not talking about plot frames, we're talking here about forms. Okay, and we will have to look for the form of the title page. Okay, this is the form for the title page. In this case we have F26001. Okay, remember that name, F26001, because that's the title page and that's the one that we want to modify. We close this. Again, we click in Master Data, and we're gonna do the same we did with the plot frame, but in this case we're gonna choose Form. So we click in Form, and again we don't open and modify, we copy, so we don't modify the original one. Okay, so we copy Form. We're gonna copy this one. Okay, these two are tests that I have been doing, so we're gonna modify F26001, okay, the one which is linked to our project. We click here, and with the name I'm gonna write this one here. Okay, we save, I replace it, and as you can see we have something very similar to what we had with the plot frame. Okay, there's some information here that we should either delete or modify, but I'm just gonna change, or I'm just gonna add the project logos. If we have time, you can just walk around these and see which ones you like and which ones you don't, so you can choose and you can customize your own title page. I'm just gonna delete this, and I'm gonna add here, insert image file. I'm gonna add my logo, my school's logo, copy, just like this, maybe a little bit bigger, maybe a little bit smaller. You just have to play with the grid so you get exactly what you need. Okay, something like this. And here on the right hand side I'm gonna add the Erasmus, the Robintech logo again. So I'm just gonna place it here like that. It's okay, and I'm gonna close it. and we have just modified it, so now we just need to change this. This is the only occasion where the form has to be changed here, because as you can see, this has this page is frozen. Okay, so it means that it doesn't follow the project rules. So here we right click, properties, and here we will choose the form. Okay, form name, we browse, and now we choose our title page form. Okay, we click on it, okay, and we apply. Okay, and as you can see, we have replaced the title page. Okay, if you want to change it in the project settings, you would have to click on File, Settings, your project reports, and output pages. Okay, and here you would look for title page, and you would replace it here. Okay, I recommend you to do it in both places, so you are sure that you get the plot frame ID form everywhere in the project. Okay, so that's it. It has been a little bit longer video, but I think this is quite interesting if you want to customize your plot frame and the title page, which makes your project your own project. Okay, that's it. See you in the next video. Bye.